Assalamualaikum. Um, Today was quite a strange day for me. I have been quite rather quiet. Um, Now je ne sais pas. I don't know why. Non lo so. Non lo sé. Um, but there is something I want to talk about, and that is how can you forgive someone, of course, who has wronged you? Um, Now we humans are very weak, and we humans take things very personally, extremely personally, as a matter of fact. And anything can really bother us, and any negative energy can just really impact us. Um, of course, the human is made weak for that purpose to grow strong, right? But how can you grow strong when you haven't let go of things that are keeping you down, are are pulling you away from actually changing, for actually the things that are genuinely like holding you back from being the best version of yourself. So it's quite a dilemma, right? And throughout my years of existence, I have discovered that it is the act of forgiven, is that the word? Forgiven, the art to forgive. Now, the ultimate forgiveness, you know, like what I meant to say is there's three levels of forgiveness. When you forgive yourself, when you forgive others, and when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives you right now. The third one is the most important, extremely the most important. But you have to realize that without this two, there's kind of like a little missing link. You see, when you acknowledge your sin and when you acknowledge the sin of others, it's very important because then you will ask forgiveness to our Creator, right? Then you will genuinely, from the bottom of the heart, will ask forgiveness. And let me elaborate on what I mean by that. Step one: how to forgive yourself. Well, you have to realize that you are human and that you are weak. You're going to make mistakes. There is no such thing as being perfect when you're a human. So no matter how much you try to be perfect, you will always find yourself making mistakes. And that's okay. Forgive yourself. By acknowledging that you are weak, that you are human, that you have emotions, you're allowing yourself to forgive yourself. You're allowing yourself to evaluate yourself. You're allowing yourself to really think about your decisions. It's really fundamental for humans to do this. It's very important. Now, how do you forgive someone who has hurt you, who has wronged you? It's quite hard, isn't it? Indeed, it is. Allow me to tell you briefly a story of mine without great detail, of course. When I was young, let's say I was young, there was a burden that was so heavy on my heart, and I found myself thinking about it too much every day. One day I laid on my bed, and I wanted to reach a level of calmness, of what's the word? Tranquility, of tranquility. There we go. Right. So I laid on my bed. I laid on my bed, and when I got to that point of of calmness, what I felt was not my body light, but rather heavy. This heavy burden felt like bricks on top of me, like someone placed a huge rock on top of me. I didn't feel comfortable at all. I felt my body how it truly felt. As we walk, we do not pay attention to our bodies. But if we truly lay down and really, really, really sink in to how the body feels, because we stop moving completely, you will feel the pain your body's going through. Of course, we block it. or consciousness blocks it. So when you reach that type of relaxation, you will truly see how your body is is um is what your body is truly going through, right? And I felt this like huge weight down on me, and I said, "No, what is this?" And I recognized from the second I felt it, I recognized why it was that I was feeling this way. And then I told myself, "No, to lift up this huge rock off me, I I got to, I have to stop thinking about it. I have to let it go. I have to let it go." And then my mom called me and I went downstairs. And from that day on, I stopped thinking about it. If my mind ever crossed it, I would say, whatever. No, of course, it was a process. Not a process. Yeah, a process, of course. It wasn't just right there, like step one and I already got it done. No, step two was, as I stopped thinking too much about it, I gave it less of an importance. And then it got to one day where I wouldn't think about it at all. And then one day out of the blue, I thought of it. And this is very surprising. Because when I thought of it, I was like, so that happened. And then I said to myself, I forgive myself for feeling that way, for feeling down. Because I am human. Of course, I was going to feel down. I forgive myself. I forgive myself for feeling that way. Now, then what happened was, then I said to myself, but I can't just forgive myself. I must forgive the other person. I got real quiet. And then I said to myself, I uttered these words aloud. I forgive them. I forgive them. When someone wrongs somebody, you have to understand that they are wronging themselves. The moment I decided to forgive that person, truly at that moment, that burden was lifted up. Now I do not carry that burden on my shoulders. I forgave. Why did I forgive? Because I wanted. No, why did I forgive? That's how it should go. Because I wanted to be free. I forgave that person because I wanted to be free. I said, no, I want to be free. I forgive that person. By not forgiving that person, I'm only hurting myself. I don't want this burden in my shoulders no more. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't desire it. So ask yourself, do you want that burden on your shoulders? The answer is probably not, unless you're a masochist. And the only thing that you have to do is forgive that person. That is the only way you can lift up that burden. Not by revenge, not by pettiness. No. When you think of scheming a revenge plan or being petty, you're only hurting yourself. That burden is truly not lifted, but concealed. But it's still there. Oh, it's still there. But when you forgive, it's gone. So now I walk free. Because that burden does not define me. I am not that burden. I am not that sad girl. I'm simply not her. Now the other step, and this is a very beautiful thing actually, is to ask forgiveness not only for yourself, but for that person, to Allah. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, it's one of the strongest things that you can truly do. Now you may think because I'm crying I'm sad. But not at all. It's a beautiful emotion when you let go of things. Nothing can hold you back. You have no burden defining you. You're truly who you are. So, who do you want to be? Do you want to be free? Only yourself can allow it. Only you have the key to unlock that. It all starts with you. Then you forgive that person. And trust me, the minute you forgive that person, truly feels truly wonderful. You not only feel great about yourself, but you grow as a person. Ladies and gentlemen, forgive those who have wronged you. For when they wronged you, they have wronged themselves. Let go of that horrible feeling. Do not let it define you. That's pretty much it. This video is quite long, I apologize.